Okay, so the countdown to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 continues with my review for Captain America, the First Avenger. So with that all being said, there's gonna be spoilers in this review. So get up off this video if you have not seen the movie yet. That is your warning. Now, I was really looking forward to this. You know, like I've been more on board with Captain America, like like when I was a kid, than almost any other Marvel character. I mean, there was Iron Man. I'm like, yeah, you're cool. I didn't start to really invest into him until his movie came out. The same thing with Thor. You know, like I almost didn't really invested with that character until the movie came out. But here, I was always a fan of Captain America. I mean, I always picked him in the Captain America in the Avengers arcade game. I always picked him. You know, like every time I played that game, like I want to be Captain America. I want to throw the shield. It's just as interesting as blasting, having hand blasters with Iron Man, or shooting arrows as Hawkeye, or being Vision. But anyway, when they casted when they cast Chris Evans, part of me was like, I think he can pull it off, and the other was kind of like, I'm kind of afraid that he will not be able to step out of that shadow of the Human Torch, because he's been the Human Torch like in the Fantastic Four movies, and he was pretty funny, and he brought that humor out very well. But can he bring the serious tone that requires of Steve Rogers / Captain America? Conveniently, he pulled it off. Now, ever since he stepped into this role, I cannot see him as any other superhero. Like now that I see Fantastic Four, I'm just like, it feels weird seeing him being funny, So that's how fitting it is for him to be this character. And the one thing about this character is that he doesn't have any flaws that he has to overcome. Tony Stark had to do that. Bruce Banner had to do that. Thor had to do that. Like in their own movies, like where basically Tony Stark had to see the error of his ways, and Bruce Banner had to basically overcome how he sees the curse, and he had to see it more as a gift and see what he can do with it. And with Thor, he definitely had to get his shit together in order to earn back his birthright. And here we just have a guy who is already that guy, like that he's already the man that and all he needed was a chance. The man that you see as Captain America, he's already that guy, but all he wanted was a chance to basically serve his country and basically go out there and do the right thing. And he finally gets that, and he may not have the attributes or the qualities of a soldier, but he has a lot of heart, and that's what the doctor who gave him the super soldier serum, when he gave him the super soldier serum, that's what he saw in him, and that's why he chose to basically give him the super soldier serum, because he sees that he's a good man, and he has faith that he will remain that way. And damn, I know that without all being said, it sounds like he would be the most boring of the other standalone Marvel movies, but it's not. It's like basically probably the best movie of 2011, honestly. Like with all those movies coming out, like Thor, Green Lantern and stuff. I mean, this basically was basically the best movie that came out that year, and it did remarkably well. And I thought they made him like as a little guy before he got the super soldier serum, and then he's like this big muscled Steve Rogers. And so yeah, this movie had a lot of heart. And then I was happy to see Red Skull in the movie too, like since I'm familiar with Captain America, and Hugo Weaving was, as soon as I heard he was Red Skull, I was like, yes, he definitely fit that role like a glove. and it re- I liked how it remained in that time period for the good chunk of the movie, like back in the 40s. Even the music score felt like it was in that time period. It felt like I was watching The Rocketeer, like where movies that came out in the 90s and it was set back in the 40s, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Rocketeer, and Dick Tracy, like where they had those. The music felt pretty grounded in back in that time era. I liked how the music score was like that, where it felt like you were in that time period, and it was done pretty well. And we got to meet a young Howard Stark, and that was pretty cool. And and like I said, we see the first Infinity Stone, the Tesseract, and that plays a big role in the movie too. And that's the weapon that basically Red Skull uses to basically make weapons and so on and so forth. And then it ends up banishing him, or killing him, or banishing him somewhere else. I would say like Red Skull is too much of an iconic character to kill off like that. So he could come back at any time, or they can just say, "Yep, that killed him. The Tesseract killed him." But I'm hoping that he is alive, and we do get to see him at some point. But something tells me that we might not. But I'm still clinging on to hope. Still clinging on. But yeah, this movie was definitely, like I said, the best of 2011. And with that all being said, this gets 4.5 chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 chair spins. And then when it got to the very end, where he basically wakes up in this time in the 21st century, it's just like, oh man, it's all coming together now. And then Nick Fury and basically, Shield, is the ones who find him. And then when he wakes up, he's thinking, am I at a? He's probably thinking that Hydra, is holding him captive somewhere, and that's why he's freaking out like that. Like, where am I? Where am I? Tell me where I'm at. And then man, and then we get a teaser, like the Super Bowl like teaser of the Avengers right at the end credit scene, where he's punching the bag, and then it cuts right to the trailer. It's like, so everybody was cheering and howling, like when that teaser came up, and we were just like, we left the theater satisfied, man. Yeah. And it was just great. It was great. This may possibly be the #1 standalone movie in Phase 1. It just might be. I'm torn between this and maybe The Incredible Hulk, because I also enjoyed that movie too, but I want to say I'm starting to lean towards this movie because it has a lot of heart. And it's Captain America. He's basically the best, basically the light at the end of the tunnel for for every, for the Avengers pretty much. So why not have a truckload of heart in it? I don't know what else to say, but it just has heart. But I'm going to get out of here before I keep continuing saying that. So if you guys enjoyed my review for Captain America, the First Avenger, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be my review for The Avengers, which will bring my review for Marvel Phase 1 to a close. But I will review Phase 2. And I basically reviewed Phase 3, with Civil War and Doctor Strange. And but yeah, until my review for The Avengers, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.